host here at the House of Lords. My name is Helena Kennedy, otherwise known as Baroness Kennedy of the Shaws, but most particularly here, I'm proud to describe myself as the lawyer who represented Faiz Baloch, who sits here to my right, and who it was my great honour and privilege to represent in the trial that he underwent only too recently. The reason for this meeting is to, first of all, I hope, join in the congratulations and celebration of the fact that Faiz Baloch and Herbert Mary were acquitted of the offences for which they were quite wrongly charged. What this trial did was that it showed the way in which that appalling business of what was called the war on terror ended up being an excuse for governments around the world to introduce law and to take steps against those who were dissident voices and to use new law and to use the new situation in order to deal with those who were their political opponents. This history is one that we have to recount and make sure reaches the public. I want to pay tribute to Peter Tatchell. Peter was lined up to be one of our witnesses, in fact was supportive throughout the trial and provided us with information, provided us with material with which we could cross-examine witnesses, and was a stalwart behind the scenes in securing this victory. So could we please put our hands together to thank Peter for the work that he did. And so I'm going to now turn over to Faiz Baloch to tell you something about the experience, the horrifying experience of being put on trial wrongly, when what you're trying to do as an exile living in Britain was to draw a wider public's attention to the human rights abuses that were happening in Balochistan. Faiz.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Campact and Lady Kennedy for organizing this meeting. And I would like to start, first of all, talk about my case, the trial. One of the most ridiculous things about our case and the trial was that the CPS had tried to deceive the jury into believing that we were Al-Qaeda. We are everything that Al-Qaeda hates. We are secular people. We are not extremists. We are proud to be Muslim, but that has got nothing to do with our struggle for freedom. For freedom for our country. Maybe the prosecution was trying to make the jury prejudice toward the Baloch struggle. But I'm glad that the jury have taken the side of truth and justice by acquitting me from all the terrorism charges unanimously. The credit, however, goes to our legal teams who have worked tirelessly to make the jury understand that this case was totally different than what the prosecution was trying to portray. During my trial, I felt like it was not only me and Mr. Murray who were on trial, but it was the Baloch nation versus Pakistan. We have put the state on trial and won with pride and dignity. That is why the victory in this trial, I believe, is the victory of Baloch nation as a whole and for the Baloch national struggle for freedom. We need your support. We need your support. We need the British government British government's response to our suffering. But the British government's response to our suffering was to prosecute me and Mr. Murray for just talking and highlighting our cause. Fortunately, an ordinary jury saw through this and found us not guilty.
The topic is the Baloch, invisible victim of war on terror, Balochistan conflict and the international community response. Is Balochistan really invisible to the international community? We have to see, and whatever I can say, I'll say. Before that, I would like to thank Stella for organizing this important meeting.
Yes, we have done already, and she's
Yeah.
nodding at us.
To address the grievances of Balochistan and systematic suffering of the Baloch people at home and abroad. Secondly, I would like to thank Man and Mr. Faiz's legal team who made it possible for us with their effort and determination to be over here today. Otherwise, we would have been sitting somewhere else today.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.